Bold and the Beautiful. Thomas unravels, returns home with mysterious baggage? After a long hiatus from the Bold and the Beautiful screen, Thomas Forrester appears to have taken on a new mission in life, to be Taylor Hayes' watchdog. But we soon find out that protecting his mom and her pending marriage to his dad, Ridge Forrester, is not the only reason he came home. Hints dropped last week suggesting that Thomas is not in a good place. And it looks like Brooke Logan will become the target of Thomas's wrath. Bold and the Beautiful. Thomas Forrester's world implodes. Bold and the Beautiful did a great job of reminding us of Thomas Forrester's, Matthew Atkinson, dark past. Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, and Katie Logan, Heather Tom, discussed his less-than-stellar behavior of years past. So, in B&B style, that usually means we are getting a refresher course for what he is capable of because there's more of that to come. Last week Ridge Forrester, Torsten K., mentioned how Thomas's attitude worried him. Even Eric Forrester, John McCook, recognized that his grandson wasn't looking too happy. So, B&B laid down the groundwork for what we might expect from Thomas, who isn't the jovial guy who left LA months back. Thomas fixated on Taylor Hayes' happiness. One of the first lines of business for Thomas was to warn his father that he better stick with the plan to marry Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig. He poured it on thick last week on Bold and the Beautiful. Thomas made it sound as if Ridge's family's happiness hinged upon his wedding to Taylor, which we now know isn't happening. Sure, Eric Forrester was correct about Thomas being a grown man, and not having the right to dictate to his father who he should marry. But that was rather hypocritical of the Forrester patriarch since he strongly recommends that Ridge drop Taylor and go back to Brooke. Then Thomas cornered Brooke to tell her it is hands off Ridge. His warning came across strong and within earshot of Brooke's sister Katie. This causes Thomas's past to weigh heavy on Katie's mind as she worries about how far he will go to see Ridge and Taylor tie the knot. So, she's worried about Brooke's safety. Bold and the Beautiful. Something wicked this way comes? Something went very wrong in Thomas Forrester's life, which prompted him to head home to LA. And that remains a mystery today. Sure, he was worried about Taylor's heart getting broken, but there's likely more to his homecoming than what he's divulged so far. Thomas lightly touched on a few things going bad in his life. And this included his broken engagement to Paris Buckingham, Diamond White. He also feels like a ship without a port in the clothing design business. He is a first-rate designer without a line of his own. So, it sounds as if he is feeling very sorry for himself today. It is even stranger that his son Douglas Forrester didn't come back with him. It appears as if Thomas came home with some awful baggage of his own. So, Bold and the Beautiful probably has a doozy of a backstory attached to Thomas's homecoming. And it is likely that story is just waiting in the wings to come out. Once Thomas finds out about Ridge telling Taylor that he can't marry her, this likely opens the floodgates. Depending on how far Bold and the Beautiful decides to wind up Thomas after this news, Brooke could be in danger. So from what we saw last week, along with a glimpse of this week's preview, it looks like B&B may soon have another unhinged character on the loose in LA. Then both the Forrester and the Logan families have trouble brewing. The Forresters get Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada, and the Logans likely have Thomas Forrester to worry about as the CBS soap rolls out this week.